कर फैसला तुझे वक्त बदलना है करना तो कर गया रुकना तो कर गया साहब चल मत Good morning, all of you. Welcome to this Saturday live. I don't know if some of you have seen the meeting earlier, which started and which went wrong, right? Okay. Lot of more things to learn in the technology. Right now, we are here back on Saturday for a quick learning today of beautiful concepts in taxation. Now, already you are taking coaching, you have enrolled in regular batch, you are taking Sarthi batch, wherein we are doing the concepts in detail and important problems we are taking, right? Okay. Then, what's the need of this 20 or 30 minutes of learning called as magic of logic, right? So this is to unfold that so many of students are having this phobia that income tax is very difficult to score. Then it is easy. It is vast, I do agree. Then it requires repetition in different way. Sometimes you study, take down all the booster notes regularly with me. Sometimes you listen to some of the concepts like this, or you keep revising whenever you are traveling, you are free, you are held up in a queue. Then if you have decided to learn, and that will repeat, see some just now Bande Are or some song is playing, how do we learn the lyrics when over the period we repeat it, right? So that's what is the purpose of the slide, that even though I'm teaching you in class, if that concept is repeated in different ways, sometimes nothing works, then just pick up any past exam or RTP papers and start solving the questions from them. Okay, right? So this is the purpose. Now let us very quickly start. Today we are taking up two very small but super duper important topics in taxation, from income from salary and capital gain, and combine it is there in accounts and all. Okay, so first one I'm taking up right now is tax on non-monetary benefits. Ma'am, this comes in exam every time and MCQs are asked and we are confused. So for that, I'm sharing my screen. I'm showing you some diagram. Yeah, this is last magic of logic. We have learned everything about virtual digital assets, very important, interest on loan and so on. Okay, so let me quickly tell you what do you mean by this tax on non-monetary benefits. Section 10 CC, right? Now, what is happening? See, this side I'm making 2 minutes, and if you draw this diagram, if you feel I'm drawing it fast, you can pause the video. This is employer and this is employee. Employer is giving to employee perquisites, allowances, benefits. Yes, right. Are they all taxable for the employee? Yes. They are, of course, taxable for the employee. Are these expense for employer? Yes. Take a pause and tell me, is this concept clear to you? Whatever perquisites, benefits, allowances, monetary, non-monetary benefit is benefit in kind. He's giving you some furniture, he's giving you something to use or something, whatever is the benefit from employer to employee. Is this taxable in the hands of employee? Yes. Is this allowed as expense? Yes. Now what the employer does is, employer pays tax. Today nearby a lot of construction activities going, so you must be hearing on all the sound, but I feel it's okay, it's a part of online learning. Employer pays tax for employee. ये जो perquisites benefits दिए ना, suppose I paid to employee perquisites benefit of 10,000 rupees. Now in these 10,000 rupees, on the 10,000, say 3,000 is the tax which employee should pay. This tax is paid by employer. Employer pays the tax. Now, एम्प्लॉय के हाथ में 10,000 is taxable, 3,000 is exempt from tax. Why? Because this 3,000 is disallowed expense in hands of employer. Over and out हो गया. देखो फिर से एक बार. Employer-employee relationship is waterfall. Allowances, perquisites, leave, encashment, and pension and retirement benefit. Everything is taxable for employee. Now, employer is paying taxable for employee. Employer gave 10,000 rupees perquisites or benefit to the employee. Are these taxable for employee? Yes. Is this allowed as expense for employer? Yes. Now, when employer is paying to employee all the perquisites or this benefit, on that tax is also paid by employer. 3,000. खुद का income tax तो allowed नहीं. Is income tax allowed for employer as business expense? No. That's already covered in separate video, because income tax we pay on all the heads of income, right? So income tax is not allowed as business expense. Just a second. Sorry, thank you for waiting. Income tax is not allowed as expense. खुद का income tax तो allowed नहीं है, and employer is paying tax on the non-monetary perquisite for the employee. Will this 3,000 be allowed in the hands of employer? No. It is disallowed in the hands of employer, means employer is already paying the tax. Employer के हाथ में 3,000 rupees expense, if it is disallowed, he has debited benefits to employee 10,000 allowed. On that benefit, tax paid 3,000. Employer के हाथ में it is disallowed. So employer is already paying the tax. That 3,000 is also a benefit received by employee from employer. Employee's tax is paid by employer. Is this 3,000 taxable in the hands of employee? Answer is no. It is exempt from tax. Check and tell me, is it clear to all of you or not? Tax on non-monetary benefits, ठीक है? Employer to employee, it is not taxable. Clear to all of you? 1 minute. I'll share one more screen and I think then it will be clear. Let us take this. Yes. Pay tax paid by employer. These are our Sarthi notes. So from there, all the booster notes combined, we are writing it here. See, tax paid by employer. Employer may at his option pay income tax on whole or part of the perquisites provided to employee. Such payment of tax is not taxable as perquisite in the hands of employee. True and false for CMA students, for CA students, MCQs. Hot favorite question. Ma'am, employer has paid tax on perquisite for employee. Employee के लिए exempt है, yes. But क्यों? That purpose is not explained. Now is it clear? Because it's disallowed in the hands of the employer. The employer के हाथ में disallowed है, तो already when employer के हाथ में, if it is disallowed, it's indirectly taxable in the hands of employer and he's paying tax, right? Payment of income tax in such case is not allowed as expenditure in the hands of employer. Employer has paid tax on perquisites for employee. It's disallowed in the hands of the employer. Employer is paying the tax, and so in the hands of employee, it is exempt under 1010C. It is not taxable. With reason, is this concept clear for you? Then please comment below if you have studied like this or if you are understanding. You know, this is the analysis. So even if they twist in exam and you didn't remember, employer ने employee को दिया तो सब taxable रहता. Perquisite भी taxable है, allowances. Perquisite के ऊपर tax भी employer is paying. Then, you know, I'm like literally saying, employer, why you are doing that? Your own income tax is not allowed. Why you are paying the income tax of employee? It's disallowed in your hands. Done. Second beautiful small concept, but super duper important for inter final all the students is Esop. एम्प्लॉई स्टॉक ऑप्शन प्लान, मैम हमने जर्नल एंट्री अकाउंट्स में पढ़े, हमने ईसॉप के सेक्शंस पूरे लॉ में पढ़े, हमने टैक्स में कैपिटल गेन में इसका टैक्सेशन पढ़ा है, सैलरी में भी पढ़ा है. This is called as interlinking of the topic and the subjects. If you enjoy this, it's beautiful. What is ESOP or what is the sweat equity shares? These are the shares given to employee by employer. You know, my key employee should get benefit more than salary, wages, perquisite. You are my top employee. So we give them the shares of the company, not free, at subsidized rates, so as to keep them motivated and like as if they're a part of our, to make them get that ownership feeling. So now I'm putting an example here. Company issues shares at the rate of 230 each. Face value is 100. Share premium is 130. Face value is 100. Premium 130. Company is issuing the shares at 230. Given as ESOP to employee. Employee ko we gave at 180. 50 rupees. What is 50 rupees? Perquisite, taxable for employee. Employee, you are like here, an employer is here, waterfall. Employer is giving you 230 rupees ka share at 180. 50 rupees you are getting the benefit in ESOP. Is this taxable in the hands of the employee? Answer is yes. But when options are given and then there is vesting period of 2 years, all that we study in law, in journal entry, in accounts. So whenever that ESOP is, I'm not remembering that technical word, but whenever it is like workable, after giving options and all, whenever the vesting period is over and when actually the shares are issued, this becomes taxable, right? Okay, in the hands of employee. Okay, right. Now, when employee after 2 years sells these shares, he can take cost as 230. Ma'am, but employee has paid out of his pocket only 180 rupees to purchase the ESOP. And now when he's selling, say at rupees 500, why the cost allowed is 230? Because though he has purchased in 180, 50 rupees pay, he's already paying the tax. As an employee, he's already paying the tax. Okay, within 14 days, you have to pay this tax and all that is there. That's a separate topic. But clear or not now, employer is giving 230 ka share to employee at 180. 50 rupees per share multiplied by 1000. This is taxable in the hands of employee. Employee is already paying tax on 50. Now, whenever he sells the share, the cost is not going to be 180. The cost will be 230 because 180 he paid and on 50 rupees he paid tax. Clear to all of you? Right. This also you can check with me very quickly in our Sarthi booster notes. And these all the concepts are very nice. One concept, one problem. That's the way we are learning. One second. ESOP. Medical facility, LTC, all these are the... And you know, first in, first out is what we take for the share model. Yeah. ESOP means sweat equity shares allotted by present or former employer free of cost or at concessional rate. The value of the sweat equity shares is the fair market value as on the date of exercise of the option, less the amount recovered from employee. 230 rupees का शेयर है और एम्प्लॉय ने 180 पे किया तो 50 rupees is the perquisite. Tax on perquisite is required to be paid in the year of exercise of the option. Very important. However, such shares or securities are allotted by current employer, being an eligible startup and all. So if the shares are allotted, then excise the option of the ESOP after the expiry of 48 months from the end of the year, or the year in which ESOP are sold, or in which SSE ceases to be the employer of this company, whichever is earlier. So from there, they have to pay the tax. I mean, see, I hope you're getting. If this part is confusing, check with me. 50 rupees will be taxable, but not when he has just chosen. There's a vesting period of 2 years. When that is exercised, it becomes taxable. If not, he has to pay the tax after 48 months, or when he sells the shares, or when he ceases to be the employee of this company, whichever is earlier, that time he has to pay the tax as 50. Got it? AB company allotted, past exam question for 3 marks, 1000 equity shares. Shares were allotted at 200, whereas fair market value was 300. So 1000 shares into 100 per share is the benefit, 1 lakh. What is the perquisite value of the sweat equity shares allotted to Sri Chand? Rupees 1 lakh. समझ में आ रहा है? He is getting the 200 the share which ka market value is 300. So 1 lakh is the benefit. In case of subsequent sale of these shares by Sri Chand, what would be the cost of the acquisition of the sweat equity shares? In case of subsequent sale of these shares, what will be the cost? You have purchased it in 200 per share, and 100 per share pay you have already paid tax. So the cost of these shares will be 1000 into 300, that is 3 lakh. 1000 into 300, that is 3 lakhs. So that's all for today's live learning. Hope you have taken the notes. If not, pause the video, watch again. Perquisite provided by employer to employee, taxable. On the perquisite, if tax paid by employer, it's disallowed in the hands of employee, so taxable. I mean, say exempt in the hands of employee, because employer के हाथ में ही taxable हो जाएगा, disallowed okay. ESOP, whenever the employee gets the benefit, that time it is not taxable. When he exercises that option, it becomes taxable. But if it is for long period, then after 48 months, or when he sells the shares, or when he ceases to be the employee of that company, whichever is earlier, he needs to pay the tax on 50 rupees. And then when he sells the shares, 180 rupees he has paid the company to purchase the ESOP. And on 50 rupees he has paid tax. Definitely he can take the cost as 230. So here we are closing our live, and the motivation for today. Yes, many of you are asking the queries for all the exemptions in the new syllabus. I've already shared the FAQ in the our Telegram group, also WhatsApp group, all the description mein hai sub. And Sarthi batch, we are just starting now. 11:30 is the time. And there we are taking up very nicely all the concepts of costing thoroughly, along with practicing with me. Yes. So this is the best way I can say you can go ahead with learning. Okay. And any doubts you have for this video, please comment below. Be free to join our Telegram group. Click a picture over there, voice note, डालो, जैसे भी doubt है, just clear your doubts so that you go headstrong, confident for your exam. And learning for this week is Chandrayaan 3. Literally, if you read the speech of the head of the ISRO, he said, my team and me, myself, they have taken the best of the learnings from the failure of Chandrayaan 2. That leaded to this success, they said. What were the reasons? What were the failures they analyzed? So that's what, in case if we have not cleared our exam earlier, let us keep on assessing ourselves. Let us know ourselves more. Let us be very honest with ourselves ki where exactly we are going wrong in our learning, writing speed, not recollecting, not giving proper time, and getting diverted or so on. You know yourself best, right? So learn from your fallbacks and move ahead. That's what is learning for this week. See you all. I am taking the topics which usually comes in the offline classes, online classes, doubts of the students. Last week, 2, 3 students asked me interest on loan. I clarified that with the help of a flowchart. If you have specific topics, your doubts, comment below. And if you feel this learning is helpful, do share it with 5 of your friends and subscribe so that when you're live, we can include your chats and answer now itself. If you need any help for your strategy of the preparation, mindset, any blockages, जो भी barriers हैं, you can talk and get the solution. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Wish you very all the best. This is the cream time to study. No moment in rushing, last moment. यहाँ से notes ले लो, वहां से flowchart ले लो, best 30 questions ले लो, ये कर लो. वो अच्छे हैं 30 questions. I'm not criticizing anyone, but you will follow that when now patiently you are learning 6 hours, 8 hours, 2 to 3 subjects daily, conceptual, right? That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye, all of you. See you all next Saturday morning.